Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. In today's video I was planning to do a propagation, basically a nod cutting of my Philodendron green dragon. Now I was waiting for the new leaf to appear. It was still inside the cataphyll, but unfortunately because of the strong wind the pot happened to topple down, and the leaf that was inside the cataphyll happened to break, because as you all know, when the leaf is inside the cataphyll it is very fragile, very delicate, and that's exactly what happened. So the remaining portion, that this is the remaining portion of it, that happened to break, and only half of the leaf was able to get released from the cataphyll. But that's absolutely okay. You do not need to break this leaf, because you can see it's green in color. It is still participating in the process of photosynthesis. We do not want to get rid of it. It is still very healthy. Yes, aesthetic wise it does not look that great, but that's absolutely okay. It is going to participate in the process of photosynthesis and help the plant get the food. So we're not going to discard it, we're going to leave it as it is. Now the place where I want to cut this is over here. As you can see, this is the nod over here. You will be able to see. So we are going to cut just few centimeters beneath the nod. So we have aerial roots. Now of course I can do two cuttings as well, because I have another nod over here. So what I'm thinking is, I will rather cutting this portion, I'm going to cut this portion because this is a smaller portion, and I will be able to get some more growth on this if I'm going to leave this portion as it is. So I can do two cuttings. This is the sheath which is dried off. This was from this new leaf that had come up. So any which ways, we will cut off this portion. This is where the nod is. You can see these are the aerial roots. There's a new growth coming, but that's absolutely okay. We will do a just probably a few centimeters beneath that nod. So I have my cutter, just cut it off. There you go. And here we have our cutting, the nod cutting. It has a good piece of the aerial root, and there is a new leaf coming up. So this one is the one that happened to break. Really sad, but unfortunately I couldn't do much because the wind was really strong, and there were not only this pot, but there were a couple of pots that were toppled, and one of this happened to break. So any which ways, nothing much can be done. All we can do is just wait for the new leaf to come up, and we will see how it goes. Now the remaining portion, I'm going to leave it as it is. I thought I will do the propagation of this one, but probably I'll do it some other time. I'm going to leave the plant as it is. And this is the green dragon. So now I have some cinnamon powder handy. This cinnamon powder is basically to dry the wound faster. A lot of people tend to use some chemicals, fungicides. It's not necessary. You can just use your cinnamon powder. All you need to do is just put it on the cut and just rub it, and this will help the plant root, because cinnamon powder is also known to be a natural rooting hormone. Apart from that, it has antifungal properties. So in case if there is any kind of fungal attack or anything, that is going to be taken care by the cinnamon powder on this cut part. So now we will just put it into the soil. I have a 5-inch pot over here. I've already made a hole in it, and I'm just going to plant it like this, ensuring that that aerial root is inside the soil, and we are just going to cover it up. So let me put the soil. I think that was not visible. So we're just going to cover it up, ensuring that that aerial root is beneath the soil. Eventually that aerial root will start to grow and become into a mature root, helping the plant absorb the nutrients and water from the soil. And that's about it. You can see, pretty simple to propagate. So we have one mother green dragon, and now we have the propagated one. Now again, it is going to take quite a while for this to get settled down, and it will start putting out the new growth. It will take some time, so we have to just keep it aside. Ensure you're keeping it in indirect bright light where there is a good amount of air circulation. You might have already seen my Philodendron silver cloud propagation. It was pretty similar to that, because all of the philodendrons have a very pretty similar propagation technique. So that's all about it, and we are going to leave it aside, and we will see how it grows. Of course, probably after a couple of months I will give you an update on how it is doing, but as of now it is going to take some time. It needs some rest in indirect bright light with a good amount of air circulation. Watering, I will wait at least for 2 to 3 days before I go ahead and water it. The soil is slightly moist, so I do not need to be worried. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.